Welcome back to Living Local. Hey, it's time to check out what's new in the movies with Mike Schultz. Mike Schultz, of course, is the arts editor at the River Cities Reader. How are you, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right.
It's always a pleasure to chat with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the big elephant in...
Let's get it out of the way.
We're previewing the Taylor Swift's
You can't avoid it.
Eras Tour.
The Eras Tour.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's going to land right on our heads in just a few hours.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'll be honest. I don't know much about Taylor Swift. I know she's a force to be reckoned with and has won every Grammy in the universe and a lot of Guinness World Records. She's set to go.
Yeah.
If you're interested in this movie, you don't need me to tell you who Taylor Swift is. But the movie is really interesting.
Yes.
Because, as we were just talking off air, it was filmed over 3 concert nights from her current Eras Tour that's going on through November.
Yeah.
It was filmed the second week of August.
That's insane to me.
They put that together super fast, and especially when the previews, I mean, it looks great. It looks like a wonderful movie.
Good.
But she produced it independently and then went to major studios to try to get a deal for the release. None of the studios were meeting the demand she had for how she wanted it released, so she went right to the theaters, right to AMC, and said, I'm going to make the deal with you folks. And then because they also have under their umbrella, they have Cinemark, like we have in Davenport and Regal and a whole bunch of places. Yeah. They then distributed to other theaters. So they're bypassing the studios completely. And Taylor got everything she wanted, which is only to show the movie from Thursday through Sunday, so nobody has to see an empty screening on a Monday morning. She has her own ticket pricing, $19.89 for the adults, after her album and the year she was born, $13.13 for the kids, because that's her favorite number, apparently. I learned this too. I do research for you, friend.
Look at you.
I do what I can. It's already at more than $100 million in advance sales.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a good chance the opening weekend could net, they're thinking upwards of 200, could make more than Barbie did.
That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only going to be around for 4 weeks, if I understand that correctly. It's playing at the drive-ins. It's playing locally. It's everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And people are going to get rich. They're going to make so much money off this. Oh, my goodness.
Well, and if you're not in the mood for Taylor Swift, it's something that big.
We have other options.
You've reviewed 2 films that are streaming right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, we talked a little bit about the Exorcist sequel last week, which is terrible, and I didn't want to get into it. So I thought instead, let's talk about 2 things that you can stream that are really cool.
Absolutely.
What do we have first?
So No One Will Save You.
No One Will Save You. This one is cool.
Okay.
Do you know about this one?
I don't know about
this. This is on Hulu right now, and this is a science fiction horror movie about a woman in an abandoned farmhouse, much like the lady in Close Encounters, who has an encounter with aliens for like 20 minutes. They are out to get her. Then she goes into town and realizes that the aliens are there, and so it's basically aliens are after this woman for 90 minutes, but there are 5 words of dialogue in this whole movie.
Oh, wow.
And if you're only counting words that don't repeat, it's only 3.
No one will save you.
That would be good, but it's actually not that. Spoiler alert, it's not that. But it's Caitlin Dever, who's a phenomenal young actor, tremendous, and it's her basically in one sense of panic and one different horrifying scenario after another, not saying anything and rarely screaming, and it's all ambient extraterrestrial noise, and it's and the music is really creepy, and the alien effects are a lot of fun. It's a blast.
Yeah.
Good for Halloween season.
Okay, I will check that out.
Please do.
Yeah, Harper might really enjoy that.
It's something else. It came out a couple weeks ago, I guess, and it became like the most streamed movie across all services during its debut weekend. It's something else, buddy. Yeah, I think you'd really like it.
Well, and there's a rotary phone, and that's how you know it's legit.
Exactly right.
That's really
they did their homework. That's how people live in the country.
Yeah. And so, that looks fabulous. But I'm super curious about this next one, man. Flora and Son.
Flora and Son. Yes. This is playing on Apple Plus right now. It's also at Iowa City at Film Scene.
Cool.
This is a musical, but kind of presented in a realistic manner in the way of, say, Star is Born that came out a few years back. And so this is about a single mom in just living outside of Dublin. She is a basket case. She is drunk all the time. She goes to the dance club. She ignores her 12-year-old kid. Her husband left her for a number of reasons. She's feeling a little down and thinks that the way to win back her husband is by learning to master the guitar.
Okay.
She has never played an instrument in her life, and she's never sung in her life. And so she says, I need some instruction on this. She goes to YouTube, and she finds an American instructor played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who decides to basically tutor her in guitar online. And through the results of this, they kind of fall in love, as you imagine they would.
course
And
they
she
do.
actually finds her nascent musical skill that she never knew she had, and she rebonds with her son. It is as cornball as you can imagine.
I'm in.
But it is glorious. It is by a filmmaker named John Carney, who made the Academy Award-winning movie Once.
Okay,
Wonderful
yeah.
romance, and also did one called Sing Street and Begin Again with Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley. And
nice.
he's a tremendous talent, and he's the only one basically keeping original musicals alive for the 21st
that.
century.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and it could scoot to stage pretty easily too,
Yeah.
much like Once. So
All right.
give it a
Flora-
shot.
Flora and Son.
And yes,
All
and the
right.
lead is named Eve Hewson, and she's tremendous. She's really great.
that's awesome.
And Gordon Levitt's always fun.
Well, of course, of course. Well, let's review what
Good
we
choice.
chatted about here. Mike was Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, and new in theaters is No One Will Save You, and Flora and Son. Well, Mike, it's always a pleasure to
You
chat with you,
too.
my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You can read Mike's movie reviews online at rcreader.com. And for more information on today's movies, you can head over to ourquadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.